Kano, former member of a state executive council, have accused the state government of intimidation following their resignation, which came after Governor Abba Yusuf's defection to the APC. In a statement signed by Umar Ibrahim, the former commissioners said they were directed to return their official vehicles. However, they cited provisions of the revised 2023 Revenue Mobilisation and Fiscal Commission Act to justify retaining them. They further noted that a former commissioner for transport had previously been allowed to keep his official vehicle, arguing that the directive amounts to selective treatment. The group disclosed that they have approached the court to seek judicial interpretation of the matter. They also alleged the security operatives later trespassed into their homes and removed personal vehicles. The former officials have urged their supporters to remain calm while the legal process runs its course. To discuss more on this, we're joined by Publicity Secretary, NNPP Kano State, Ibrahim Abdullahi-Karaye. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. How does the NNPP respond to the allegations of intimidation against the former commissioners in Kano? And this is following Governor Abba Yusuf's defection to the APC.
Okay, good afternoon, Blessing, and thank you for having me. The Kano State government, after its defection to the APC, some of its commissioners who are loyal to the faction, to the NNPP, and to the leader of the Konkosia movement, Engineer Dr. Rabi Musa Konkoso, resigned their appointments. Then after resigning their appointments, the office of the secretary to the government of the state wrote a letter to them that they should bring back their vehicles to the government. But let me tell you, for you to understand, for people to understand what actually happened, those cars were given to those commissioners in secret. Somebody called them and give them the cars and even told them not to come with a driver when they're collecting those vehicles. So they thought those are personal gifts from the governor, even though they were using those cars for their official assignments. But before the governor gave them those vehicles, they stay in office for more than 2 years without having any official vehicle. So they have been using their own vehicles. They have been using their other people's vehicles for their official engagement. So after they resigned and they wrote them a letter, they replied the SSG that they thought those cars were a gift and they thought those cars were personal, were for them. They don't have to return it to the government. So the SSG did not reply them. While they were waiting for the reply of the government, they went to the National Industrial Court to seek for more clarification because of the Revenue Mobilisation and Fiscal Commission Act of 2023. So as we are waiting for the court to call the two warring parties, the Kano State government wrote a letter to Kano State Anti-Corruption Commission and sent some police armed men to their houses to go and confiscate it, harass them, and intimidate their families, and collected some vehicles that are not even those official vehicles. Some of them got visitors, some of them they collected cars that belong to their wives, which is very unfortunate because it just looks like a robbery. And we don't expect a government to be behaving in such a way. A government should be the first body to be able to adhere to the rule of law. But unfortunately, the government just sent these people to them and they harassed them, they intimidated them, and they just collected those vehicles. And we are condemning that action because we cannot encourage this kind of action in this situation because we're in a political era. People have rights to protest, have right to reject, have right to do whatever they want. Especially these people, they went to a court of law. So while we are waiting for a court of law to take its decision, we don't think anybody is supposed to act in this kind of barbaric direction.
All right, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts on this matter. We appreciate your time on the news.